Hey, welcome to the channel. Yeah, I got one of these drain pans. I don't know if you guys ever seen them used. I've watched guys do it for draining their oil and stuff. It's got a little pump on it. Kind of looks like it's going to make the process a hell of a lot neater than it is. So I just got to look at the parts diagram and see which way that pump goes, and that pump goes just the way I put it in there. All right, that's good. So we got a bag of parts. Bag of parts. We'll get this thing on, and then we're going to drain the oil and change the oil in my truck here. So that'll be good. This looks like some kind of an axle. And it is. For the back. Missing the nut, the lock nut, which I'm sure is in here. And it is. You can get these for a couple $100 on Facebook Marketplace. And places like that. Seen them advertised all over the place. Probably made in China, somewhere. I would imagine. I think that's what it says. Getting warm in the sun. I'm gonna have to take this for a while. Didn't expect it to be so warm this morning. All right. Getting all the parts out here. There we go. All right, this here. See where this goes. Right on the bottom, this is the drain. And it's metric. It's okay, I got some metric tools. I don't have as many as I got American, they're SAE, but I do have them, so. This is a drain for the bottom. This goes in with it, got an O-ring and four bolts. Better if you have a screwdriver that fits it correctly. And my all-time favorite, never sees. Never sees everything. Looks like that might have something on there, I don't know. But it will have. Even more so than it does now. So I'm a firm believer in never sees. Gotta be careful to get the O-ring. It was out of the little groove there for the O-ring, but it's in now, so. There we go. This goes off at an angle, it appears. Snug them with a wrench, not too tight, because I think that's aluminum. And people try and tell me there's an abrasive in the never seize. It's not an abrasive, it's actually a lubricant. And if you're torquing something and you never seize it, you want to adjust the torque specs, because never seize will allow you to over torque. Just got to see if they're using a washer. And these things aren't the greatest directions, that's for damn sure. So 9 and 7. C12 washer. Where's the lock washer go? Read the instructions. Alright, so they're saying they don't have a plastic washer. Pretty poor directions. I mean, to do it the way they want you to do it. Who the hell knows? Washer number 7. Which the hell is washer number 7? Number 12 washer. No idea. Don't know and don't care. After I use the Teflon tape, I like to put a little of this clamp joint compound. In my opinion, well, it's not my opinion, it's the way it is. This is not a sealant, it's a lubricant, much like Never Seize is. And it allows you to thread it in further and tighter so that you get a seal on it. So that one's going there, and this one goes there, and that's going to be a son of a gun to get tightened up on here. Probably have to pull that off, tighten it on. That would be my guess. Because I certainly can't get a wrench in there. So I guess we'll take this off. Thought maybe I could get a deep well socket in there, but they don't have the holes centered correctly. I could try and loosen these nuts here, or bolts. See if there's any play. Take that down before I knock it down. And maybe I can put a deep well socket on there. If I get that to move over. And I don't, so I did get in there further though. I'm a damn. I'll pull these out too, and I'm afraid when I do, that's going to pull that off. So I'm going to find a thinner wrench to fit in there and tighten that. All right, that was too fat to fit in there, but I got it. I have a metric one that big, but an 1 5/8 fit it pretty close, and I was able to get it tight. So we'll get these on here and tighten down. Goes together pretty easy. Like I say, even with the 4 directions, you can figure it out. 10mm wrench. Tighten these up. That actually holds the pump together too. Yeah, I know. I should get a socket and a ratchet, but I'm too lazy to take the 5 steps over to the toolbox and get it when I can just sit here and waste another minute and a half or a minute or whatever and tighten it up. You've all been there. I know you have. Admit it. Now, where's my clamps? Down there. Yeah, I may shorten that a little bit because this can drag on the ground and eventually wear through. So we're going to shorten it up. And my hose cutters are in another truck, so we're going to do this. Yeah, we're going to do this. Okay, kids, now let's watch me cut my finger off. Hey, this is how I'm doing it. You guys see a better way? By all means, go for it. How I may do it isn't necessarily always the correct way. Now I just pilot my tools by the camera until I reach for one and knock them off. So let's see, did they make metric hose clamps or are they still? Ta-da! They're either or, aren't they? So it's some metric configuration that I just don't care about. This handle looks like it'd snap off pretty easy if you kicked it. Let's see. Again with the never sees. Some of the slag off the casting. Well, that's screwy. It doesn't fit on there. Good deal. And you ain't gonna stretch that with that in there. Hey, good job, man. Good job. What did I do? Did I put it on backwards? No. Number 25. Hose fitting. That's what they call it. And they got the wrong size hose on there, or the wrong size barb on the end. Stupid. You know, yeah, that's what you get. What are you gonna say? What are you gonna do? So, I'm not gonna be able to expand this hose because there's wire in there. So I gotta get a smaller barbed fitting. These were the same, this one was just shorter. And we know the block goes on the bottom. That's gotta go up into the pump, and then the pump pumps it out. I don't think they put the pump in backwards. No, it's the same size. Same size fitting. Yeah. Yep. So, what a crack of shit, huh? I was hoping to use this morning and change the oil. Now I gotta go get a different barb fitting. One that fits this hose with that thread. And watch and see if that isn't some kind of a metric thread. I don't know, I'm gonna check it. Let's see, with a piece of pipe. Yeah, I don't think the pitch is the same. That's 3/4, and this is probably 3. All right, so that's 3/4. Wow, okay. So I need a 3/4 to this hose bib. So I gotta go get one. We'll be right back. All right, there it is. Try this again. Still gonna fit kind of tight, but that's okay. The hose, some oddball size, I'm sure. But the fitting was 3/4. Now, if you do this and you use the joint compound on it, again, this isn't a thread sealer, it's a lubricant, so it allows the threads are actually what seal. This just allows them to tighten up easier and tighter. If it's a torque spec, you've got to be careful because you can actually over tighten and bust a casting. You can even bust, a cast iron casting on a boiler if you're not careful. There we go. Now we go with a clamp. And then we force it out. Well, it's about as far on as that's going. But that's far enough so I can get the clamp on it. I could lube it up probably shove it on there more. And I may at some point. It's on there. Got 3 of the barbs in there. Got the clamp right in the center of it. And it's tight. So, I've got these axles. I'm guessing. These are lock nuts. I think the lock nuts go on these swivel casters. So I gotta put them back on. I gotta put them on. I haven't tightened them up yet. Alright, let's clear this stuff off. I'll probably set this down. I think before I do, I'll put them lock nuts on there. Get a wrench. Would be nice. They gave you the bolt. I didn't see that bolt. Yes, I did. Them old deer flies getting you, huh? Yeah. Heard you yip over there once. Or bark, I should say. You didn't yip. Figured maybe the deer fly bit you. A lot of deer flies out now. Now that we got warm weather. Two spools of powder on that. Put it on the outside, put it on the inside. I put it on the inside. That way it's not falling off on the floor, hopefully. One thing I forgot. Tighten up the nuts on the back wheels. That'd be good, right? Get it full of oil and have it drop on me. So we'll go check it out. See how it looks. There's the drain plug right there. Square looks like a 3/8 drive. Well, that was in there. All right. As some of you may notice, I'm wearing gloves. And I'll explain the reason for that while this drains. So those holes in there will catch anything if there's any big particles come out of it, but there shouldn't be. It's a fairly new motor. So, Jack, what are you doing? My dog is getting into something. So anyway, the reason I wear gloves, I do a lot of HVAC work. I got another channel called Time in Johnstown. If you guys aren't on it, just go ahead and check it out. I'll probably cross-post this video anyway, because this here would be Adirondack Rust working on my trucks. And but anyway, I knew a lot of guys in the HVAC business, particularly the oil business, that worked on oil furnaces all their life and had their hands in oil, never wore gloves. And one thing I noticed that the vast majority of them had was diabetes and kidney problems. A lot of them, most of them ended up on dialysis. So I got thinking, gee, I know you can absorb stuff through your skin fast, as evidenced if any of you have an elderly parent or grandparent that you've had to put nitro patches on for their heart. You don't want to touch that nitro patch with just your finger just for a moment, because you will get the most intense headache you've ever had for a brief time, but it's intense. So from that point forward, I realized, wow, you can absorb stuff that fast through your skin. I'm wearing gloves because this red dye in the diesel, in the heating oil and the off-road diesel, that's pretty nasty stuff. I know it's a concentrate and it's diluted in the oil, but I don't want it on my hands. I don't want it soaking into my skin. And so far, so good. I've stayed healthy. So that's why I wear a glove. So that's almost done. You know, we're gonna pull this out, and once it drains, I'm gonna let it drip a little bit. I gotta grease this yet, but I got a furnace service and air conditioning service I've got to do later this morning. So I figured I'd get a start on this. I got to change the oil filter here. I'll probably use this thing to put underneath the filter as well when I take it out, and I'm pretty sure I can do that. I don't know. I paid to have the oil changed, the last one done, so this one here I'm doing myself. So I got to locate the filter. So stick around and. Sure beats pouring it in. The back end though to prop it up a little bit. So it comes down there better. If you've watched the video to this point, I just wanted to say thank you for watching. Please hit the like button and hit the subscribe button. Thanks again.